Hello, 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 hello. Welcome once again to a Prog Reborn. My name is M. Kosler. Let me just double check that my mic's working this time. It looks like it is. This is my progression playthrough of Final Fantasy XIV. If you don't know what that means, a progression playthrough or progression style playthrough, I go over what I think that means in a link in the video description below, in the VOD description below. You can also, if you happen to be in chat, type an exclamation point intro to get a link to that same video. Goes over my reasoning, what I think this is, and goes over most of the goals that I plan for having for 2.0. If you like my content, you can always go ahead and give my stream a like, whether you're watching live, whether you're watching the VOD. Would really appreciate it. Helps a ton. If you'd like to know the next time that we go live, you can always hit that subscribe button. And that's currently the best and easiest way for you to know when I go live, so you can get those go live notifications. Excuse me. One final word of warning. This is not a reaction playthrough. This is not my first time playing through the game. My main character is up to 6.5, and I may or may not, at random, make reference to things that happen between now and 6.5 in reference to conversations that might happen in game that, you know, become relevant or interesting later. So if you are worried at all about spoilers, if you're sensitive to spoilers, this is your warning. You get out. Alrighty. So yesterday we did the whole Garuda fight, saw the unveiling of the Ultima weapon, as well as reunited with Ida and Ishtola here in the Waking Sands. I went ahead and moved out because there's no music right now in the Waking Sands. Today we're probably going to be just grinding MSQ. MSQ is starting to get to a point where it's getting fairly close to our level again. So I may, yeah, I see 44 here and 45 on my paladin. So I may end up needing to go and take some time to clear out some hunting log, as well as hop on some dungeons. And I think we'll go ahead and just start by queuing up for a dungeon. Let me head to Zamel Darkhold to unlock that. Here, Camp Dragonhead. I've still got some Vesper Bay Aetheryte tickets, and if I remember correctly, you end up having a few left over by the time that you're done with needing to go to Vesper Bay. Oh, it's a few more minutes before it switches to daytime and we actually get some music here. Well, let me, why did the recommended go away? while we're here, we can probably at least attempt to clear out some of these hunting logs while we're here and waiting for our queue to pop. Welcome to the Zamel Darkhold, built to withstand all Dravanian ploys and plans. These were natural caves beneath me until House of Zamel began to enlarge, connect, and fashion them into a stronghold. Alas and alack, the void synth struck, interrupting the work. Alas, then in confusion, Garleans infiltrated the keep. Alack, all in all, it was a fine mess. The Garleans were eventually forced to retreat, of course, but the void synth remain, and so the fortress goes uncompleted. A home for abominations. Woe is us. Yet the war with the dragon rages, and we have no knights to spare for this noble mission. Even I am here strictly on a very long morning respite, arranged by Sir Carolal. Please see to these abominations, Sir Adventurer, sir. I have much prowess with paperwork, should you require aid of that sort. Bum 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 bum. Let's go ahead and queue up for... Ooh, I have to be level 44 for that. So let's queue up for Stone Vigil. While we are waiting. Somebody needs Beasts. You need Beasts. So we'll need Quay out here. Somebody else needs mud puppies. You are done with the Beasts. Else need Beasts. No. Nope. 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 You do. I thought somebody needed mud puppies, but maybe I'm wrong. Hope y'all are having a great afternoon, evening, whatever time it is you are watching. Almost in time for the new year. Likely going to be Well, I'll not overshare about personal info. Probably not a great idea. I don't remember when does the Starlight Celebration ends the 31st. I think they immediately go into Heaven's Turn. Or they might wait a little, like a couple weeks before then. Oh, it is getting pretty close to what you call it? The Japanese Fan Fest. That'll be very interesting and very fun. This will be my first big fan fest to see. I don't know if I'm saying what I'm going to say correctly. It's my first time seeing any of the fan fests, and the last fan fest is almost certainly the one where the majority of the information that they want to get out gets out. So we'll learn about the second class, who we believe, or it's been speculated, has something to do with being some sort of pictomancer slash painter type of job. These snow wolves, there they are. You needed mud puppies, but why aren't you showing up as needing mud puppies? Oh, that's weird. I'm gonna hit hunting log. Alright. Maybe because this might be one of those things where it considers the mud puppies to be in Mordona. So that's why it's not showing up here. Still no AoE, which is annoying. Person definitely surviving better than the Dark Knight that I had to heal as a white mage. I'm sure some of it is because EOS just makes it feel better. don't know about avoiding the swinge. Cool. I forget where the Z comes from. Oh, like a beating there. Bro. Maybe I spoke too soon. I get lustrate till 45. Oh, it must have been during the Garuda fight that somebody used lustrate. I was like, I thought I noticed somebody using lustrate. It was when I was a tank, and so that had to have been it. Cool. Spamming here. Don't need to see that cutscene again. I don't think arm's length does anything against the boss. I could be wrong, I don't remember. Cool. Very good, very good. So that puts Scholar at 45. While we are doing all this other stuff, I think we should also just re-queue back up, this time as a bard. Might end up being a mostly leveling day today. Okay, you're done with mud puppies. Where are more snow wolves? Over here. One more. There we go. Yes, these are pups. Nope, they're regulars. Okey-doke. These are way over here, and I think they're too high of a level. Four more snow wolves as a monk. That's funny. Their taunt attack, their enmity attack, has the bird showing its butt. First time I noticed that. I guess while I'm here, since I'm already so close to Mordona, let's go ahead and jump on in and do the Aetheryte. Fairly certain that Mordona is The very next place that we need to go. Yeah, casing the castrum. Right, I was talking about the Japanese fan fest. Supposed to be coming up pretty soon. Will it be interesting to see what class we end up getting? If it is Pictomancer based off of the TMNT t-shirt. Giant Lugger, Giant Logger, Giant Reader. You need Snow Wolves as well. Others, I forget what the, there were some people thinking about Green Mage. Oh, right. The Green Mage was from the 6.5 quest line. And Trial getting a or retrieving some kind of clover looking locket, or I don't know the word that I'm looking for is. Look at. I'm going to be a little further back to see that pop in again. If I recall correctly, it's been a while since I've really thought about this stuff. If I recall correctly, a Green Mage is more of like a support class, which we don't really have. We don't have a dedicated support class. We obviously have classes that, or jobs that have support abilities. Basically every job, I shouldn't say every job, outside of Black Mage and Samurai, bring some buff to the table, something else to the table to contribute other than their DPS, or, you know, in the case of a healer, they're healing. Other than their normal class role, or job role, I should say. Let's let this train go by first before I finish my thought. But a completely dedicated support job hasn't really happened in Final Fantasy. Not to say it can't happen. It can't happen, I should say. WoW implemented Augmentation Evoker. I think that's what it's called. And I don't keep up a ton with, you know, current WoW. I watch the Race to World first and stuff like that. That's how I even know that Augmentation Evoker exists. But that's just that a dedicated support class, somebody who's not doing DPS at all, does sound pretty interesting. I do wonder how that works. And I imagine it's not something where they're not doing any DPS at all. Well, maybe. Maybe they do like very minimal, but most of it is. I'm just trying to think about like a leveling process for that kind of thing. It could be in WoW because you have specializations rather than classes. You level up Evoker as the healing spec or the DPS spec, and then switch over to augmentation spec when you're when it's time for in-game stuff. End-game stuff. Okay, there's a reader, there's a lugger. Three of these. We need the logger. I think you need the logger. Reader. Does nobody need reader? You need reader. That. Also think Pictomancer, you know, sketch artist, realm style class could be interesting as well. Though there's so much overlap between a job like that and something like Blue Mage, and they don't want to change Blue Mage out of limited leveling. Going with the luggers. Anybody else need these nerds? No, we just need the loggers for our black mage. More loggers. Visible. Not that. For a reader. You're a lugger. About a logger. There's a logger. So I think that means we're totally done with this area. Let's go ahead and head to Mordona. Well, let's go ahead and head back to the MSQ. So we can pick up the MSQ to bring us to Mordona. Let's switch over to Bard, though I think Bard might be too low. Might have to go Dragoon. Alright, what do we have to say? Gaius may have called it a weapon of ancient ally, but I saw extensive magitech modifications. An Imperial castrum. Was to be expected, I suppose. Alright, let's do this. Let's go and rescue Minfilia and the others. Ishola wishes to discuss the fate of the prisoners being held at Castrum Sentry. The rescue of our allies will be no small undertaking, Em. Even under normal circumstances, breaching the defenses of an Imperial castrum would be a highly dangerous proposition. But now that Castrum Sentry houses prisoners whom the Garleans deem valuable, we may be confident that they have taken additional measures to ensure the stronghold's security. If we are to free our friends, we will require an effective strategy. If we are to formulate an effective strategy, we require intelligence. I believe I know a man who may be able to assist us in this. Lord Portelaine of House Durandare. He is stationed at the Observatorium in Kurthus. Let's go to him and beseech his aid. I don't remember Lord Portelaine. Oh, it's just this dude? Ah, M, the man who unmasked the heretic in our midst. To what do I owe the pleasure of your company? You're an associate of Ishtola. But of course, Lord Dromon confided to me that you were a scion of the Seventh Dawn. Castrum Sentry, what interests have you all in the Imperials? They hold several of our number, whom we intend to free. Any information you can provide would be greatly appreciated. I see. That might explain our scouts' reports. They observed 4 prisoners being led into the castrum, a Huron woman, an Elzen man, and 2 Lalafels, 1 male and 1 female. That's them. It has to be. Benfilia, Uriange, Papalimo, and Tataru. If that scant morsel is of use to you, you may also be interested to hear about a more recent incident. Incident? An Imperial airship made an emergency landing here in Kurthus not long ago. 2 men believed to be prisoners, a Rogadan and a Lalafell, were seen fleeing the craft. What did you say? A Rogadan and a Lalafell, Master Garland. Neither wore Imperial dress, and both seemed disinclined to wait for rescue, hence our assumption that they were prisoners. Well, I'll be damned. It's Biggs and Wedge. Those 2 rascals to escape. Trust those 2 rascals to escape. We must find them and soon. The Imperials will not rest until they are captured or killed, and if Biggs were given the choice, I'd fear he'd take the latter. Freeing those held in Castrum Sentry will require substantial planning and preparation. As such, is an endeavor that will admit some slight delay. The matter of the escapees, by contrast, will not. Shortly after the prisoners vacated the airship, our scouts observed Imperial troops setting off in pursuit. It is likely only a matter of time before we catch them. You wish to see your comments again, bisect now. Hurry, hurry, hurry. I suggested to go. Thank you everyone who all correct this. Oh, god damn it. Alright, we'll have to come back to that. I think both, yeah, I think we all have our AoE by now. Cool. Ever my stomach rumble a little bit there. Apologize if you did. So much more relaxing playing as DPS. At high levels, healing is incredibly free. Everyone just has more tools available, both the tank for mitigation and self-healing and the healer for doing their part. Boom, 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 boom. Surprised we aren't pulling more. Going to use the limit break. Playing the AoE limit break here. So I guess these ice sprites are a little unruly to pull. Got some cutscene viewers, so might be here for a bit. Cool. Oh, somebody get through real quick. Callie Bullock. We got Sin A2 node on the brain. You in the lighthouse? Cool, cool, cool. There's 45 there. I don't really want to go with the Black Mage in to a dungeon, and I don't really want to run 3 dungeons in one go. So let's switch over to Monk. Eyes on the Empire. Lord Portelaine would like to aid in your search for Biggs and Wedge. My purpose here is to reconnoiter Garlean activity along Abalathia's spine. Owing to this, I have the honor of being acquainted with Ishtola. Now, the report of the Imperial airship's emergency landing came to us by way of Zamael Darkhold, situated to the west. Our man stationed at the entrance, a knight named Bree, may be able to tell you more. As to expedite your mission, I shall furnish you with a letter of introduction. I pray that you will soon be reunited with your comrades. May the Fury grant you strength. We'll have to go and watch that. Watch that cutscene later. You stand before the Zamael Darkhold, the subterranean fortress excavated by the great Ishgardian house of the same name. None but authorized personnel may enter here. A letter of introduction pinned by Portelaine. A letter from Lord Portelaine. They've come about the Imperial airship. According to our scouts, the vessel had scarce touched the ground when a pair of men, captives by all counts, burst forth and bolted. Imperial soldiers have since been sighted in the area, seeking to recapture them. What? The captives are likely to be your friends, you say? Then let us pray that they are yet a step ahead of their pursuers. The emergency landing reportedly took place near the Orm Vale, situated south and west of here. I suggest you take your search there. Seek out a knight named Pierre Mon. He should be able to assist you. Sometimes I have a decent grasp of how I'm supposed to pronounce one of these things. Other times it's as good a guess as any on what 12 letters I'm supposed to leave out. The Imperial airship. I saw it approach to land with mine own 2 eyes. I hastened to the landing site, arriving just in time to see the vessel take to the skies again, but not before it had deployed a detachment of troops. Gruff orders were being barked, and there was an air of consternation about them. No, I don't want those. We can go with those. Yeah, let's go with those. Sir Pierre Mon wants to share with you what he knows of the 2 fugitives. They were prisoners aboard the airship, it seems. They seized the opportunity to flee when the vessel was forced to land. The Garleans who were deployed formed search parties and proceeded to scour the wilderness in order to alert our forces I returned to my post, to find evidence that someone had been here in my absence. Wherever they were, they tried the door to no avail and decided to go elsewhere. In all, I marked 2 sets of footprints, one large and one small. If you search the area, mayhap you will be able to follow the prints to their owners. Some Lalafellan footprints. Likely Wedge. Now we've got... No. I was thinking it might have been larger footprints, but no. Still seem small. It's just a longer set. So cold. I want to go home. Please don't eat me. Not nearly as succulent as I look. It's all skin and bones underneath, I swear. Em, it's you. Thank goodness you're here. It's been awful. Guardians were snapping at our heels like a hungry pack of wolves. I was so hellbent on invading them, I almost ran headlong into a monster's gaping maw thrice. When I finally found cover, it hit me how cold and hungry I was. Biggs? He isn't here. Went off in a different direction to lure our pursuers away. It's me, Sid. Have you had any success? Track down Wedge. That's wonderful news. Now, what of Biggs? I see. Well, hardly surprises me that the big fellow went off as he did. For all the tongue lashings he gives Wedge, he's always taking care of him. I scoured the area surrounding the Darkhold, but we have nothing to show for it. At any rate, we know for a fact that Biggs headed west. With Ida and Ishtola helping out, I'm sure he'll turn up soon. Now then, I'll make my way over to your position while keeping an eye out for Biggs. If memory serves, there should be an Ishgardian fortification not far from your west. Monument Tower, I believe it's called. Let us meet there. There, I hope. Was that Master Garland that you spoke with? After 5 long years. Thank goodness he's alive. I'm feeling better now, Em. Let's go to Monument Tower and wait for the chief to arrive. Well, men, welcome, adventurer. What brings you to this frozen corner of the realm? Oh, it would seem your companion has caught a chill. Come and warm yourself by the fire. I will bring you a hot broth. How are we feeling now, then? Stay here as long as you need. The same goes for you, friend. It's plain you've had a hard journey ahead of you. You must find rest when you can. You have a hard journey, not have had. You've done well to brave the frozen wilderness, adventurer. Stay a while and be warm. Wedge is gravely concerned for his missing companion. I'm fine now, thanks to you. But I can't bear to think that Biggs is still all alone in the cold, with the Garlands hot on his heels. He lured the enemy away for my sake, and now he's suffering for it. I hate to have to rely on you again, Em, but do you think you could search for Biggs? I haven't the slightest notion where he might be at the moment, but maybe, just maybe, the people here have seen something. A Rogan gentleman dressed in the same manner as your companion. I'm sorry, he did not come by here. Let me think for a moment. I will not raise your hopes unduly, but there is a cave situated a short distance to the south. We call it the Fury's Gaze. and it may be worth the while to investigate. I make this suggestion only because your friend seems like a selfless sort. Rather than drawing the enemy to this tower, mayhap he elected to pass us by. I did not realize that we went to this cave in the MSQ. We go to this cave during the Endwalker Alliance raid stuff because it's one of these plasmoid spots, and yeah, it's right there. You can barely see it, but it's the 3 spears of Halone. Hold on, let me do this. Were you able to learn anything? Not in this area. That stands to reason, I suppose, seeing as he was trying to lure the Guardians away from me. But where within this vast sea of snow and ice could he be? Wedge is determined to find Biggs. We can't give up him. We must find Biggs before he succumbs to the cold or is recaptured. There must be someone in this tower who can help us, even if it's only to tell us where to look. Ask them for me. Ask anyone who will listen, and hurry. Biggs' chances of survival grow slimmer by the moment. I don't know, Alphino did pretty well. Dressed in like a smock. Your friend is lost in the wilderness, you say? If he's not found around here or in the vicinity of the Darkhold, it is possible he made for Whitebrim. To reach it, one must travel through Danifin Pass, the southern edge of which lies to the north and east of here. I'll make no guarantee that your search will bear fruit. It surely is better than worrying in idleness. I wish you luck. Oh, and one more thing. Do tread warily when climbing the stairs here. Not a moon ago, I nearly broke my neck when I slipped and took a tumble. So, unlike you, I am invincible from fall damage. Yeet. Oh god, don't kill me. Orders are to take you back, dead or alive. Which will it be, engineer? Second. Bring off my glasses real quick. Why don't you come and find out, Tinhead? I am, and as well you're here. Situation is grave. Biggs is in a bad way. We need to do something right now. Ida has the right of it. He will perish if we delay. With me. He's not alone. Kill them all. How did you know where to find me? Hold your ground. Reinforcements are coming. And the more the merrier. I'll pound them until the next Umbral era. Less provoking, more pummeling, if you would be so kind. Vanguards, destroy them. Stay close to Biggs. Ugh, how many of them are there? More than are conducted to merriment. Next time you do, be careful what you wish for. This is the last of them. My thanks. Another moment and I would have... Ugh. It has been too long in the cold. I must find him shelter. Monument Tower, you say? Very well, Ida and I shall bear him there with all haste. To be so happy to see Biggs and Wedge again. Huh. I love reunions. I cannot thank you enough, Em. And the same goes for the rest of you. Thank you all so much. Oh, don't mention it. We are family, are we not? Well, yes, it's just I didn't think I'd ever see him again. I owe a lot of you my life. You saved Wedges too. I'm losing count of how many I owe you. Biggs, Wedge. God, it's good to see the two of you again. Chief, it's you. It's really you. In our hearts, we knew you were still alive. To finally see you in the flesh. Well, when Alphino told me what of the raid on the Waking Sands, I feared the worst. What happened? The enemy struck with an area warning. We didn't stand a chance. Wedge and I were in the workshop when they came. Before we knew what was happening, the Imperials had us at gunpoint. Must have been awful. There's one thing I don't understand. How did the Guardians get there so fast? I mean, the Immortal Flames should have seen them coming, right? I myself have asked the same question. That day when I returned to the carnage at the Waking Sands, I noted not a miss in the horizon. Nothing at all to suggest the passing of an Imperial force. From this I concluded that the Garleans came by neither land nor air. They were born there by potent teleportation magics. Magics of the kind used by the Scions. Carry on. We were bound and blindfolded and bundled into the cargo bay of a waiting airship. I can't rightly say how long we were aboard, but when the time came for us to disembark, we found ourselves in the midst of an Imperial stronghold, Castrum Sentry. Upon arrival, we were marched off into the main complex. Biggs and I were thrown into a detainment cell together, while Minfilia and the others were taken elsewhere. That was the last we heard from them. Castrum Sentry. What happened next? Well, we were held in isolation for what felt like years. It was probably moons, or maybe only weeks. Then, without warning, the Imperials collected the pair of us, and put us on another vessel, which we found was bound for Garlemald, much to our dread. We knew that if we were taken back there, we weren't like to leave again. So, risky though it was, we sabotaged the ship's altitude control, and thereby forced an emergency landing. In the midst of the ensuing chaos, we managed to slip our captors. The rest, as they say, is history. If I didn't know better, I'd call that a likely story. Sabotaging the altitude controls of an airborne vessel. That will have been Biggs' handiwork, like as not. You're always resourceful on a tight spot, my friend. Thank you for returning my dear assistance to me. It would seem I owe you yet another debt of gratitude. There are still many questions in my mind, but the answers can wait. Minfilia and the others still want for rescue. Alright, you lot. Garland Ironworks is back in business. Let's go and give the Imperials what for. Thank goodness you found me, Em. I would have frozen or drowned or been eaten by a mud puppy if it wasn't for you. I knew the chief was still alive. Deep down, I always knew. He looks healthy too. Well, he could do with a shave, but I suppose other than that. Do you have anything else to say? No. Sid wants to prepare a strategy to rescue Minfilia and the other Scions. Thanks to you, Biggs and Wedge are with us again. Then must find a way to rescue Minfilia and the others. Gods know we've kept them waiting too long already. Based on what we've learned, it's safe to say they're being held at Castrum Sentry. Till as we convene at Revenant's Toll and Mordona. It's as good a place as any to prepare, and better than most. The road leading east and then south will get you there. When we arrive, let us seek the advice of the local adventurers. We're bound to learn a thing or two that will benefit our mission. But we already get our way to Revenant's Toll, so we don't even have to do... Oop. Where's this quest? my spy with my lie a quest to do. In times of simmering hostility, Sir Callian would undoubtedly appreciate the aid of an unsuspected adventurer. I say, are you the... Forgive me, I'm Callian, a bannerman of House Halionar. Are you not the adventurer who proved our liege lord's innocence? Ah, it is you. You are forged of metal true, sir, and we rejoice... And I rejoice to meet you. For there is a delicate mission that only a man most steadfast may be trusted with. From high upon Monument Tower, we keep watch over the doings of the Garlean outpost. They have been far too active for our heart's ease lately, and we must discourage these forays without resulting to outright hostility. Make a round of the 3 hotspots and look for any trace of the Garleans. Sir Pierre Mon awaits at the Orm Vale for your report. The speed of the Fury to you and her Ruth as well. Bom, bom, bom. Heal up slightly. I think that's probably good enough. Stop getting interrupted, paralyzed. Stop eating my sesame cake. Come on, there we are. You ask if I'm a soldier of Garlemald? Why, this savage land is outside the fold of the Empire. It'd be strange indeed for you to see a Garlean here. You doubt me, I care not. Why would a soldier of Garlemald venture into enemy territory? Eminently foolish as well as barbaric, for none can resist our... What I mean to say is the mighty Garlemald... Damn, retreat, retreat! What? All three? You found Guardians at all three locations. We spied them slipping over the border from Ordona to survey something, but these forays must be more frequent than we thought. Must increase patrols in the area. I bid you beware, adventurer. If your loose ways lead you to Mordona, return safely and be our eyes in the wilderness again. Alrighty. We are. Well met, friend. What brings you to Revenant's Toll? Did I hear you rightly? Your friends are being held captive at Castrum Sentry, and you want to rescue them? I don't mean to discourage you, but that might prove difficult. The stronghold has been on high alert of late, with armored patrols seen about the perimeter around the clock. Not even a fly could get within 100 yards of the walls undetected. If the Garleans were alerted to our coming, we cannot know what they will do to Menphilia and the others. We must act with great stealth. It has to be good old-fashioned infiltration. But with security so tight, how are we going to smuggle ourselves in? Why, I have a mind to walk through the front door. The front door? I will disguise ourselves as Imperial troops and march right in. For this, we need a few sets of Imperial uniforms, a suit of Magitek armor, and impeccable timing. That's a bold strategy, but it just might work. Where we are, there's certainly no shortage of opportunities to borrow equipment. Knowing those Imperial bastards, they won't even suspect that we savage Eorzeans would think to use their technology. Then it's settled. If you are determined to go ahead with this, I'd recommend you speak with Galumant. The fellow's got a personal grudge against the Empire, and happens to know a deal about Castrum Sentry besides. I've no doubt that he'd want to be of aid. Ida and I shall go to reconnoiter Garlean activity at the stronghold. It would not do if something were to befall our comrades before we had the chance to act. Come and join us when you're ready, Em. Let's do this. Sometimes I wonder, Ida, are there ever times when you're not enthused? I'm nothing if not enthused, Stola. Meaning reminding me of Papalimo. Looking for Galamut, are you? Well, you found him, whoever you are. You're looking to get inside Castrum Sentry? You need my help? Something tells me we'll get along just fine. Alrighty. With that, we are going to call it a stream a couple minutes before the 2-hour mark, but that's fine. I can thank anybody who might have come on by, anybody who is lurking, watching, anybody who catches the VOD later. If you wouldn't mind giving a little like to the stream on your way out, that'd be greatly appreciated. And if you're watching the VOD and would like to participate live, the next time I go live, easiest and best way to know when I'm going to go live is to go ahead and just subscribe to the channel. You get those go live notifications. See, what do we do today? It was mostly leveling in MSQ, and we did those 2 dungeon runs. We probably need to do another dungeon run as a black mage, which I'm dreading. Black mage is definitely my least favorite of the classes, especially at this low of a level. But yeah, we're making our way along. Also pretty close. I think once we get warrior and black mage up to 45, we're also going to take our little detour to do all of the job quests at level 45. That should get us our first bits of job gear, if I remember correctly. So that'll be pretty helpful to get our item level up. Yeah, with all that, I think that's gonna be it for me for the stream. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you the next time I see you.